Hey Lee, surprised to see me? Surprised I'm not typing up on Yahoo's wonderful message board? Yeah, Yahoo's message board? Yeah. So, from now on, the list of Savdog and other things will be put on here. Well, everybody else is doing it, so why can't I? Now, I'm not going to be like Will, where he does his whole league capsule. Will does a darn good job of it. That's his thing. Austin Steed, that was perfect. That was perfect on your substitute teaching bit. I wouldn't want you to be teaching any kind of real school, but teach his own. Now, I'm going to talk differently. I'll have my list. I'm also going to talk about the best thing in this league, and that is, well, me. And I'm going to be talking about my previous week's opponent, which is the knight in shining armor who's riding on his white horse from coming back from a year on hiatus, and Alex Harbor. I wonder how he got back in the league. Could it be nepotism? I think so. Because, of course, we know who's going to bring him back. It's his brother, a.k.a. the commissioner, a.k.a. Bedell. And I'll get to more about that in a minute. Now, in this episode, we're going to talk again about my first opponent, the list of Savdog, and then my opponent for the week. And it was an interesting week. I got a Harb all week, all 2 weeks, I should say. I've really been the one beating him down. Now, Alex may be thinking, oh, well, he lucked out because he only beat me by one, and those last categories were very close going his way. You know what? It could have been way worse for you, not me, because I could have won a little bit stronger, but, things happen. And also, Harb, I'm not the one that was crying, I need 7 more ads, I need 7 more ads, on the chat board. Okay? Pretty weak. And of course, we know that nepotism advantage works because Bedell gives you those. Congratulations. But in the end, it didn't matter. And I'm glad I beat you. And good luck this week against Rymar in the Springfield Isotopes, which, Rymar, I am backing you up on this week, even though I'm really hating your crummy trade offers. Now, moving on. Speaking of minor league ball, last Saturday I went to Greensboro and saw the Greensboro Grasshoppers play. Beautiful park, great game. The Hagerstown Suns, aka the Washington Nationals, beat the Greensboro Grasshoppers 6-5. But Lolo Sanchez, one of Pittsburgh Pirates' top prospects for Greensboro, hit a 3-run bomb, which was pretty sweet. Fans there were great. Food was magnificent, cheap too. Can't really argue, and North Carolina baseball is pretty top notch if you ask me. But it made me think, what are the best minor league team names? We talk a lot about team names a lot and how it's all fun and games in the minor league, and that's true. And there's some great team names in the minor league, but it's really hard to come down with 5 great team names. So I originally was going to do 10, but time constraints. So I've come up with 5 team names that I think are the best in minor league ball. And we are going to talk about all of them. The 5th one is going to be the Toledo Mud Hens, the AAA affiliate of my beloved Detroit Tigers. And no, I didn't choose it because they're a Tigers affiliate, but they were the first team, one of the first teams, if not the first team, to put up a 2-word name for their team. Now today we see all these teams, Baby Cakes, Blue Wahoos, Sod Poodles, Jumbo Shrimp. All of them are doing that, and it's cool, but it's just too win for me. I can't do that. So I gotta go with the old school classic one that started it all before it was cool, and that was the Toledo Mud Hens. And it's a perfect name for a minor league team. There you go. Number 4 the Chattanooga Lookouts, the Double-A affiliate of the Cincinnati Reds. I like it because, Chattanooga is famous for its Lookout Mountain. Perfect lookouts, Lookout Mountain. Too bad they have to play on a hill, which feels like Lookout Mountain you have to walk on. But overall, it's a great name. I love it. Very classic name for a minor league team. Number 3, the Louisville Bats. Now it's like, oh, well, that's too original. That's basic. Well, sometimes originality counts. And in the minor league baseball realm, believe it or not, the Louisville Bats haven't had that name for a while now. They had the Louisville Cardinals and then the Louisville River Bats, but not the Louisville Bats. And of course, the double meaning of the animal, the bat, and the meaning of the bat, the baseball bat, which Louisville Slugger is home to. Duh. Anyway, it's just a perfect name for that team, for that town. So it's perfect. Number 2, the Augusta Green Jackets. Now, a lot of you fantasy players in our league are golfers. Will and B. Green. Augusta, I love. I love that name because, of course, Augusta Masters Green Jackets. What more can you say? I think it's perfect for that town. It's perfect for that area. And after the logo change, when they moved into the new SRP Park last year, it's perfect as well. So you can't go wrong. And the last one is the Albuquerque Isotopes. Obviously, our league has gone almost full Simpsons. I love the Simpsons too. Most of it from the time it started through about, I would have to say, probably around the early 2000s. But of course, we're talking about the, strike, the whole Homer on the hunger strike at the game for moving their baseball team from Springfield to Albuquerque, which is called the Isotopes. Now, the Isotopes, believe it or not, the reason why I have this number 1 isn't because I want to kiss up to you clowns in our league. I don't care about any of you. But it's because there's a double meaning for it. New Mexico has one of the leaders of nuclear studies, really. And it kind of goes hand in hand with what the baseball team wanted to do. Yes, the owner said, hey, let's put the Isotopes as our minor league team. There's a reason for that. There was a major reason for that. Of course, Simpsons, but also that as well. Now, if you go to the ballpark, which I've been in 2015, and I'm going to go again in a few more months, there's a lot of Simpson-themed stuff like murals of Homer right by the men's restroom and Marge by the women's, which makes sense. But again, Albuquerque Isotopes, my favorite team name, and one of my favorite minor league teams in general. It's a perfect minor league team name, and I love it. I love the logo. I love everything about it as well. And those are my top 5 list of Sab Dog for this week. Now, my opponent, Jeremy, Mr. Tickles, my divisional foe for 2019. Yeah. You won last week. Congratulations. However, you're playing me this week. Now, Jeremy, you're actually one of my favorite people in this league. What you bring to the chat room, and had a nice time talking to you at during the draft party. I think you're a good guy. Again, you're one of my favorites, even though in this league that doesn't say much. However, it's on. Let's face it. You can have the best mustache in the world, which I think you do. And for the record, go on to the Lexington Legends website and buy yourself one of their ball caps. You'll know what I'm talking about. Do it. I promise you, you'll like it. But that aside, I'm going to beat you. All right? I'm just going to beat you. I last looked before I started doing this tonight, and I was up already slightly. My pitching is going to get better. I am pretty certain that. My hitting, it'll do just enough for me to win. And I'm going to get you. And I'm going to run through the Gainesville Steve division through and through like it's nothing. And first it'll be the Gainesville Steve division. Then it's going to carry over to the rest of the league. Because you know why? This is the year of the dog. This is the year of the Sav dog. And I'm going to take Cody Noble's back-to-back world championships or whatever, this Dumb Luck Dynasty. I'm going to take it away from him, and it's going to be mine. All right? 3 years I've been sitting around, getting snake bit, getting screwed over by everything from the commissioner himself all the way down. And this year, it's no more nonsense. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. I know it's going to happen. And I'm going to make sure everybody knows that this is year of the Sav dog. Aharb knew last week. Jeremy, it's going to happen to you. So, with that in mind, I am going to offer you the best of luck for this week because, again, I do kind of like you. However, I'm still gonna beat you. Anyways, this is the Sav Dog for the first episode of the Dawghouse, and I will see you next week. Until then, Sav Dog signing out.